I don't see anybody here, dude. Come on.
Last guy's gotta be B then.
Yep.
Planning for long and
I'm watching it long.
Kobe.
What?
I totally called it. Oh wow.
Yeah, that was fucking perfect.
So recently, I went on a very long streak of wins in global games. This one actually stood out quite a bit though, because I got to play against some subscribers. Still though, I didn't do that great on the pistol round, as you can see here, only getting 1 kill as they pushed up catwalk. Meanwhile, my teammate tries to go for the ninja defuse in the smoke, and it gets so darn close, but he just can't quite make it. That was literally a pixel, guys. 1 pixel. Anyways, as you can see, I didn't start this off great, losing the next 2 rounds, which are typically ecos, so it's not a big deal. Alright, here we are. First gun round. This is when shit gets serious. Now, something you don't really get to see a lot of is the opponent's perspective of what's going on when you get kills. I think this is kind of interesting. As you can see, he's coming out and he has to worry about sight as he's also peeking towards long, because he just doesn't know if there's a guy going to be hiding behind boxes or what. And he keeps looking over there, and because of this, it's a little distracting, and I just can peek out and take him down without any issues. On the next round, you can see that my teammate and I found ourselves in a 2v4 as the terrorists had taken the B site. My teammate decides to attack from halls, and I come from outside. This way we can pinch him from both angles. But even though I'm able to get this pick when he goes aggressive on me, and my teammate's able to get 1, we just can't line up these last 2 kills, and we end up getting taken down. This leads us to the next round where we're stuck on an eco, and here you can see C15 makes a pretty nice hero play, getting the first 2 picks, and Fawn is able to capitalize on 2 other picks, finishing off the round. For a nice contrast, I figure I'd show you what I did this round too. It looks like I'm just running up catwalk with my head cut off like a chicken, just firing wildly. But what I'm actually trying to do is kind of get his attention off of the guys pushing up from long so that they can pinch him from the other angles. There's a little commotion on who wants to play what, and a little bit later I find myself playing middle. As somebody with chronically bad aim, when I'm hitting my shots, I feel pretty unstoppable at holding a position. Of course, this next segment could have definitely put me on tilt had I not realized what my teammate was doing earlier. So let me set this up for you guys. As I make my way up cat with my teammate, and he has a rifle and I got an AWP, I expect us to try to take it together. Him with the rifle kind of pushing in, me with the AWP kind of watching the sight and flicking to wherever the target pops his head up from. Now, while that would have been the best way to take the site, what actually ends up happening is my teammate hides in the corner and baits me as I go up the staircase. He just wants me to go into the site first and see if he can capitalize on the kill, which I can understand, but now that I realize that he's going to do it, I decide to make my way back, throw a flashbang over, and then take the site. On the next round, I find that my team has once again moved me around, and now I'm playing the B site. Now, in all honesty, the B site can be one of the easiest spots to play with an AWP. You got that 1 tunnel entrance, and as long as you're reacting quick enough and hitting your shots, there's not much they're going to be able to do about it except smoke you off and try to push through it. That is, unless they kill your teammate playing middle, and then they can push you from both angles, and you're pretty much as good as screwed. So the way I see it, now you find yourself in a situation where you got one of 3 basic choices. 1, you try to make sure that you just hold the tunnel area and take control of that. The other one is that you actually just play in sight, smoke off tunnels, watch window and door until the smoke fades, and then watch tunnels. That way you can hopefully delay the guys pushing from tunnels. And the third option is to push out and see if you can take control of middle as your teammates push through CT spawn. So as you guys can see here, I opted for the third option, which has a pretty big drawback as that allows the last 2 terrorists to take control of the B site. Luckily for me, we do have bomb down and they're not able to plant it. On the next round, we change up positioning once again, this time playing 2 guys over at the B site, 1 guy middle and 2 guys at A. Now, as pointed out earlier, the B site is actually a pretty easy site to hold. Really, they only have one option if you have an AWP on back platform, and that is to smoke you off and try to push through it. Here on the next round, you can see we had a little bit of miscommunication because the terrorists were actually taking the A site, and because everyone was going down, we over-rotated out of B, which allowed this terrorist to kind of flank through and shoot us from behind. Again, back to the simplicities of holding B, except this time he tries to go with a flashbang, and I just pretty much repeat what I did on the round with the smoke. It doesn't matter too much though, as the terrorists end up taking the A site, and while I do flank around and have a really good opportunity to kill this guy at long and possibly even win the round, I just can't hit this really easy shot, and I facepalm after this. Having just dropped a couple rounds, I really don't want to lose this next one, as I don't want to let them have momentum heading into the second half. The only problem is I get leg crossing middle. Now, since there wasn't a smoke, and I'm pretty sure the guy knew I was legged, I kind of expected they would have someone come over through B tunnels to try to finish me off. So I just sat up in position and just tried to make sure I would outreact him. My teammates did the rest, and it broke their streak, and we were able to win the final round of the first half. On pistol round of the second half, we attacked middle with a lot of force, and were able to get a couple picks, but as I rotated back, a guy had pushed through long and takes me down. The round turns into a 1v1, and my teammate actually plays this perfectly, knowing that the CT is over at the B site. He plants over at A, and watch how beautifully he finishes this off. The next round definitely goes our way, as my teammate's able to get a pick across doors, which means we're just gonna rush in there like a bunch of bulls. What's that sound? It's a darn stampede! Try to do the same thing the next round, but since he doesn't get the pick, we decide to make our way through lower B tunnels. And we managed to pick off one after another, which puts us into a 3v1. Okay.
Building.
I don't see anybody here, dude. Come on.
Last guy's gotta be B then.
Yep.
Planning for long and
And I'm watching it here on.
Kobe.
What?
I totally called it. Oh wow.
Yeah, it was fucking perfect.
Ever since Counter-Strike's first inception, it's been moments like this that have kept me in the game. Let's watch it from his perspective now. And onward we go to the first gun round of the second half. Here you can see I'm just holding middle, and the guy peeks out, and we're able to get an easy pick. But then we decide to redirect back towards long, and since I know I'm taking it first, and I have an AWP, I'm going to keep my scope out at all times as this guy just pushes up right into me. I can't tell you how many times I've played this exact same situation and not had my scope out and just been completely caught off guard. This gives us access to the site, and we're able to plant the bomb, and the rest is history. Now moving on, we actually have some pretty intense rounds. Like in this situation, all of our teammates go down, and we find ourselves in a 2v4 situation. So even after I'm able to get that pick, we do find ourselves in a 3v2 situation, and they have the bomb down in B tunnels. So we got a bit of work to do ahead of us if we want to try to salvage this round. Or they could just push us, giving away their tactical advantage, and we could easily take the round. One of the biggest problems with the Molotovs is a lot of people like to use them as smokes because it makes it harder to see people through them, but they don't exactly work anywhere near as well, and here's a good example of why. Now that we've picked B, we've caused over-rotation, which has left the A site pretty open, and we decide to rotate back. And now that I've even picked the guy in middle, it puts us in a 4v1, and we know the last guy's over at B, so of course we want to take the A site, right? Well, that brings us to our player of the game, Fetish. Here you can see that even though we have the A site, he is convinced that we should really go to the B site, so he decides to take the bomb over there by himself, even though we're taking long, and die. So now we find ourselves with 22 seconds left, and the CT has the bomb over at the B site, and we're going to have to retake it. Luckily, we do have numbers, but this is still a hard situation. But don't worry, I'm Kobe! Well, obviously not Kobe in his prime anymore. Now, while we are winning this game pretty convincingly, we are finding ourselves in a lot of tough situations, and here again we find ourselves in a 2v4. Make that a 2v3, but still not a great situation for us. Now my teammate's able to kill one guy that seems to be flanking us from long, but another guy does flank, and even though I'm able to get the trade kill, I still find myself in a 1v1 situation. The good news is, I do know the last guy has a scout. I'm gonna try something stupid.
Nice. Oh shit!
Brilliant. I knew you were gonna get him, dude. I knew it.
I kind of felt it too.
And winning that round makes the score 15-8. Now this wouldn't be a fastest sniper video without a mid pick. Now the rest of the round goes pretty well up until the end. Here you can see I plant the bomb for my teammates at catwalk and I make my way over towards long. But I get caught off guard. Now I think that I'm going to be playing the smart move by making my way to CT spawn because I think the last guy is going to be on catwalk that we haven't spotted yet. Except he's here in CT spawn and I get pinched from both sides. After a quick trade kill, Fawn is in a 1v1 situation to win the round, and while he's not quite able to hit the shots, the bomb is ticking away and the CT doesn't have enough time to defuse. So anyways, that's the end of this match, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see me stream live, you can check me out on Twitch at timeswithawindow_ or here on YouTube. I stream on both. Hope you guys have a great day.